Welcome back, guys. I can't get over this angle. It's like it's perfectly comfortable to look at because it's like right next to my speed limit, like my odometer, my speedometer, and then it's just funny like from your perspective. Again, it's like don't worry about the video, just think about what I'm saying. Today, like it's been a while. It's been a couple of days since I posted anything or I've recorded anything. I've just had this like the past week. What's the same? My seatbelt's on. Like the past week, man, I've had this feeling over this past week of just feeling like very content. I don't know what, like I started praying the past week. I think obviously it's from that, but it's like, it's hard to describe. Like my journey through religion was always, when I was younger, I was very religious. You know, my family was very religious and I was very religious and I went to a religious school and everything like that. And, you know, as a teenager, I was very religious. I stayed away from all the bad things. When I became an adult, like once I hit 18, 19, I started to sway away from religion. And I'm 24 now. And throughout the past, say, 5 years, it's been like on and off. Like I've been religious and then not religious. And then I'll go through times of, you know, I'll pray every day and I'll fast and I'll do everything that I should be doing. And then times I just won't. And in the past week, like something hit me. I had like this, it was actually when I went to go get rid of my van because you know how the motor blew. That's when, on that trip is when it hit me, like something really hit me inside me and I just found religion again. And this time it was different. This time it was very genuine. Like I really understood it completely, like deep down. And since then, like everything just feels good now. I just feel content with my life. And I've been just calm all the time. I've been praying every day, 5 times a day. I've changed up my sleep schedule and my just daily schedule to allow for prayer, which I think is another thing that made me just happier, is that I'm actually putting the effort now to pray. Like before it was always like, yeah, I want to pray, I want to start praying, and then I'll pray only when it's like convenient, you know. But now like I'm waking up, I'm staying up extra. Like I usually sleep, the past month I was sleeping at 7:30, I was going to bed. But prayer is at 8:15. So the first day I was like, all right, I'll stay up to pray. I'll stay till 8:15, so I'll sleep at 8:30. But obviously that throws me off the next morning because I was waking up at 3:50. So sleeping at 8:30, waking up at 3:50, you don't get a full 8 hours of sleep. So I changed that up. So now I'm waking up at 4:30 instead of 3:50. So it's like, I'm making that difference so that I can prioritize prayer. Obviously there are more things I can do to prioritize it even better, but like that's something I'm definitely working on day by day. I'm pushing the limit. Like I'm going further and further with this, and I feel like there's big things happening. I don't know, like when that's what I love about religion, is that like, you know, something good is happening, you know, something good is on its way. You just have to stay patient. It's like, we say, Ittikal ala Allah, like we rely on God. Why? Because God knows. God knows the truth. God knows the future. Like we don't know the future. Like what I'm doing now with my life, you know, waking up every day, going gym and working hard and praying 5 times a day and eating healthy and reading books and excelling in everything that I'm doing and putting my absolute best effort into it. Delaying, basically all of these things that I'm doing, I'm delaying gratification. Why am I doing it? I know there's something bigger happening. I know that, you know, if I train hard and eat clean for 5 years, I'm going to have the best body I can dream of. You know what I mean? If I work so hard in my business and everything in the financial side of life, if I work really hard and plan smart and invest well and really like grind and hustle, I'm going to be a millionaire, like without a doubt. Like there's no way I won't be successful. And the same with religion. The more I put my effort in and every day I maintain my prayers and always think about God and always stay away from the bad things and go towards the good things, I'm going to be more religious, and it's going to make me a better person. It's going to make me a better father when I have kids. It's going to make me a better husband, a better person in general. That's delaying gratification. And it's like, it makes sense, because delaying gratification, you're basically saying, I'm relying on God, leave it to God. Ittaqil ala Allah. Like, you do these things in the back of your mind, you're like, I'm doing it for the future. And it's the same when we say, oh, do it and rely on God. Just do it. If you're stuck on something, if you don't know what to do, if you should do this decision, you choose the best decision, the best intention, and you just do it. And you're like, ittaqil ala Allah, like, khalas, just do it and rely on God. That's basically delaying gratification. That's what it's all about. It's doing it and relying on God, that in the future, you're going to have a better life. You're going to be more successful. You know what I mean? That's the craziest thing. And that's what hit me. Like, it makes so much sense. Everything that we were doing, like everything that we're doing day to day, like delaying gratification, all these good habits that we do every single day, is literally what I've been taught to do by my religion. For example, waking up early, praying the morning prayers at 4 o'clock in the morning is what we're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to wake up at that time naturally. Why? Because the sun comes out. Or the sun, after you pray, like Salat al-Subh, like the morning prayer starts when the sun's rays are about to come out. But when the actual sun starts to show, so basically in the middle of the night, pitch black, nothing, you only see stars. In the morning, in sunrise, you see the blackness starts to become light, slowly, extremely slowly. There's like that 1 hour and a bit, let's say an hour period of, it's still night time, but the light's starting to show. That's when you pray morning prayer. And you think about it, and you'll notice that that's when the birds come out. That's when the birds start chirping. That's when animals wake up. You know, your dog wakes up, your cat wakes up, the birds, they start flying around, chirping. Like, everything happens at that time. That's when we're supposed to wake up. So when we're doing self-improvement and we're learning that we should wake up when the sun comes out, it's like, that's what we're supposed to do anyway, to pray. That's what our religion was teaching us this whole time. Or, for example, eating clean food. Not eating pork and pig, or not drinking alcohol. Like, that's literally what we're supposed to be doing. Well, that's what our religion is telling us that we're supposed to be doing. Like, why should it be like a YouTuber is teaching us these things when the Quran was teaching us this the whole time? This is literally what we're supposed. That's what I was taught as a kid. Don't eat bad food. Why is pig haram? Because it's not healthy. Why do we have to eat our food? Like, for example, meat. Why does it have to be slaughtered? Like a chicken, why does it have to be slaughtered in a certain way? Because the way that we slaughter a chicken is the most humane way for the chicken. It doesn't feel it. That's number one. Number two, it drains the blood out of the chicken, which means it's healthier for us. That's literally why. A sheep or a cow, we can only eat them if they're slaughtered in that way, because it's healthier. It's nothing like, oh, crazy voodoo magic. No, it's literally healthier that way, and it's better for the animal. And as a matter of fact, the halal meat is actually nicer, because when it's killed in that way, the muscle is not stiff when the animal dies. It's very relaxed, so it tastes nicer. Like, it's actually better for you. And that applies to anything. We learn in self-improvement not to drink alcohol. You know, it's so bad for you, not just you mentally, also physically. You put on so much visceral fat. I could go on and on about alcohol, how bad it is. Same with drugs. If you're on a self-improvement journey, but you're smoking weed every day, you're not going to go very far. You can, you know, some people when they make it, they start smoking. You know, for example, fair enough, do whatever you want. But our religion teaches us from the get-go: don't smoke. Like, don't take any drugs. Don't drink alcohol. Smoking cigarettes you allow, but it's makruh, which means it's not haram, but it's very, like, it's bad for you, but it's not haram. It's not to the point of it being haram. It's like smoking argile, you know, shisha. So basically, like, once I understood, like, it just clicked in 1 second. It just clicked in my head. Like, it all made sense. Literally reading books. Think about it. Like in the Quran, for example, the first word that came out, like that was revealed to the Prophet, that's when he became a prophet. Like when he was in the cave, and he used to go to the cave every single day, or not every day. So he used to go there and stay there for like extended periods of time, just reflecting and thinking. And that was before he was a prophet, before he was Prophet Muhammad. It was revealed to him by the angel Iqra, which means read. That's the first ayah of the Quran that was revealed to the Prophet, is to read. Iqra bismi rabbika. Read in the name of your God, guys. Like, and it's not just talking about reading the Quran. Like, I was always taught this as well as a kid. Read, and obviously reading the Quran is extremely important, but it's reading in general. It's knowledge. It's gaining the knowledge. The biggest thing that our religion teaches us is to read and gain knowledge. Gain knowledge, like from the cradle to the grave. That's another like hadith, or I don't know if it was a hadith specific. I'm pretty sure it was a hadith. Gain knowledge, or seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. From when you're born till the day you die. Not when you finish school, not when you finish university. Every single day, read the Quran, read books, learn, observe. Just always trying to learn more and become a smarter person, or just broaden your knowledge. Why? Because it makes you a better person. We need a YouTuber to tell us read and recommend this book and this course. But our religion has been telling us this since the day we were born. For how long? And that's what blew my mind. Like, before I thought about that. Like, I know that, like, whenever I'm watching, say, a YouTube video and I'm learning about self-improvement, I always end up relating it to religion. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's teaching us that. But it makes sense. The religion has been telling us that. But it never really clicked in my head, like, to that point, to that extent, until the other day. Meditation. Meditation is something that's always been recommended by everyone that does self-improvement. Meditate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes a day. And I was meditating. I started at 10 minutes. I got to 20 minutes. Like before I started to pray, I was meditating at 20 minutes every morning. And it was great. But then I thought about it. I'm like, my prayer is literally meditation. Like when you pray, you sit and you pray. You're praying to God, but you're also you're doing the same things, the same concepts they teach you about meditation, and don't think about anything. You know, let the thoughts just disappear. That's what they teach us for prayer, for salah. Because when you're praying, you're not supposed to be thinking about worldly things. You're supposed to be thinking about religion, about God, basically. You're not thinking about what's happening in this dunya, in this world now around us. You're thinking about the hereafter. You're thinking about the bigger things, the more important things, is what happens after. Thinking about God. That's it. That's what they teach us in meditation. Don't think about anything. Don't waste your thoughts on worldly desires and worldly pleasures and worldly problems, because they're nothing. They're all temporary. And it's crazy because I'm like, guys, I'm sitting for 20 minutes trying to not think about anything. Well, I can just pray to my God and rely on Him. All these things that I'm doing in my life, like, I have these such big ambitions and big goals. Like, I want to do this in the name of God. I don't want to do this in the name of money or business. Of course, having a successful business, making a lot of money is important. Why? For your family, for your kids, to give to charity, to help others. So why not do it in the right intentions? Like money, after you make a certain amount of money, like if you make enough money right now to live comfortably and to not worry about bills, like you make enough money that you can pay your bills, pay your rent, pay your mortgage, whatever it is you're doing, your car payments, your food, your clothing, everything. You've got enough money to pay for all of that. You stop caring about the extra for yourself. Like, it's not you stop caring, it's you stop worrying about money. You still obviously improve yourself, depending on, some people do, some people don't. They don't improve, they just stick to where they are. Okay. But you stop worrying about money. And it's when you stop worrying about money is when you make more money. Because when you worry about money, you worry about the little numbers, the little, $5 here, $10 there, the $50 here, the $100 there. You worry about that. But when you worry about the little things, you're stopping yourself from making the bigger numbers. If you're sitting here worried about $10, you're not gonna think about $1 million. You're thinking about $10, guys. You're thinking about the small numbers. Rely on God. Ittaqi Allah. If you're stressing about these little bits and pieces in your life, you're gonna stay there. But if you rely on God, just leave it. God will solve it. God will fix it. It's like all of your little worries and your worldly problems that mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, leave them all to God and focus on the bigger things. Focus on helping others. Focus on charity. Focus on supporting those around you. Raising kids. Raising good kids, like raising them well. Your wife, your family, your mother, your father. These things are more bigger than us. And like I've always been like Hamza, for example, he always talks about finding your purpose. First man, same thing. Finding your purpose. Finding your purpose is something that's bigger than you. But that's what our religion teaches us. Our religion teaches us to rely on God on all the little dumb things in your life that you're so stressed about. I bought a coffee today and I spent $4 on a coffee. I'm gonna go broke. Brother, leave that to God. Make sure you're following your religion. If you're spending money, if you're following your religion and you're spending money, it means you're spending it on something that's at least good for you. So rely on God. If you're spending your money on food that's healthy, food that's good for you, food that's good for your family to eat, and it makes them stronger and healthier, that means you're doing the right thing. That means only good things will come out of it. You should just rely on God. It's fine. Everything will be okay. That's literally what we've always been taught as kids. And I don't know about other religions, but I'm very confident that any religion teaches these same principles of just rely on God. Everything will be okay. Why do they teach us that? Because it's true. Don't stress about these tiny little things of, like, my car broke down today, I got to spend some money on fixing it up. It's hard. It's not easy. I know, especially when you're going through tough times financially. But you got to think of the bigger picture. You got to think, okay, it's not that I'm broke now, it's that I got to work or I got to improve myself so that I can make more money. I got to increase my value. Instead of thinking, how can I save some money, you're thinking, how can I make more money? There's only so many hours that you can work during the day. You can't go and work 30 hours a day. You can only work 8 to 12 hours a day, maximum 14, 15. Like consistently. It's impossible to work more than that. It's not impossible. It's like working in a job more than 12 hours is gonna kill you after 2-3 weeks. Like, I don't care who you are, and anyone will admit that. Yes, you can still work, and driving on the way home you can make phone calls, and in bed you can make phone. Yes, but being in a physical, labor-intensive job more than 12 hours, you can't do it consistently. Alright? So what does it mean? It means, okay, you can't increase how many hours you work per day. You can only increase your value that you provide to make more money. Again, rely on God. That's what it is. Ittaqi Allah. Gain knowledge. Improve yourself. When you improve yourself, you make more money. That's what it is. It's all about that. It's all about religion. Religion is teaching you all of these things, but we see it as such a... And I'm the biggest, like, I'm saying this for myself, like, I used to see religion as something that was too much. Why? Because I used to do all the bad habits. I used to binge eat. I was lazy as hell. I hated studying. I hated everything. Self-improvement. Like, it was just, I hated everything like that. That's why I didn't like religion. That's why I said, religion is too much. It's old-fashioned. But the things that we're learning now, the things that people are going viral over talking about, is what we've been taught since we were kids. We were taught how to be good people and how to be successful from when we were kids. So why is it now, like, all these famous YouTubers and Instagram, like all these influencers are teaching us all these things about self-improvement, where it's just common sense that's what our religion has been teaching us? You know what I mean? Like, it's that simple. The Quran tells us all of these things. That's instead of spending money on a course by some bloke, don't spend any money, but spend your time reading the Quran, and it will teach you all the good habits. It's that simple. Anyway, that's what changed in my life the past week, and I've just been really happy about it. Like, I've just felt very content, and I love it, and because it makes sense to me now. You know what I mean? Alhamdulillah.